Okay, shalom everyone. I wanted to talk to you today about what happens when burnout occurs. Now, as year-round homeschoolers, you tend to have that inevitable creep up of burnout. And basically, what I would do is when I start to feel it, right away, I end the the day. I end my homeschooling day immediately. Even if we got one subject done or, you know, two subjects done, it would end immediately because I don't want to prolong that burnt out feeling. I want to make sure that it kind of like passes. And what I do is I would plan maybe that we take a week break or maybe a 2 week break and then resume. And when we do that, there is maybe I'll put things out for the kids to do after a few days and let them just kind of like see if they're gonna gravitate toward it or not, which they usually do because they're always, every day they always end up in the homeschooling area anyway. So um, I would have things set out for them to do or little activities for them to do, and they will do it. And basically, as long as some type of learning takes place, you want to set your environment up for your kids to learn, whether it's through DVDs or through documentaries or through um, just strewing of a few kits for them to put together or um, like a little game, an educational game, board game that teaches them about money or teaches them language arts or what have you. You would, tend to want to put those type of things out. Just, changing things up a little bit. Um, give a different perspective, a fresh idea to, introduce that fresh idea to your homeschool so that things just don't become redundant and boring. Um, if you are dealing with something on a personal level and feel that you don't know how you're going to get through a homeschooling day and it's just pressing on your mind, then that would be a better option for you than to just go through with it and be all stressed out and stressing your children and just causing a hostile environment. So my advice would be to just stop where you are. Stop where you are. Set things up so that your children would have access to learning materials, interactive learning materials, and, you know, deal with whatever you have to deal with, go through with whatever you have to go through with, and then regroup and get back on to the plan, to your plan of action. Um, Maybe you would also want to consider taking breaks in between. Now, I know a lot of parents, they like to set up the work boxes, and instead of just setting up work boxes with work all the time, you need to set up maybe two boxes of work and then one box with a 15-minute break, okay, or a half-hour break. Then you do another 2 or 3 boxes of work, then another one with a break. So you want to do that. You don't want to just have just all of your boxes with work, because then it gets to be too much, especially if the child is like 3 or 5 years old. You don't need to over plan um, your day with a young child, a lot of their learning is through play. So you want to keep it as light and as fun for them as possible. So, with that said, I would suggest to you that you just take breaks in between. Even when you're planning your homeschooling schedule, maybe you want to do 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off, and then you can increase it 3 weeks on, 1 week off, something to that nature, so that you will have that break and that you are able to take some time off, regroup, and then come back to it. So these are some just quick little helpful tips for you guys. I hope that they are helpful to some of you, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you, and stay tuned.